Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. It is Paula here with another video. Today we are doing our weekly check-in. I am not sure yet whether this will be the only portion or if there will be a second half a little bit later in the week, but we have a good bit of spending to get through today. So our weekly check-in, what we do is I come in and I share our non-cash purchases, and then I go through our sinking funds and our variable cash envelopes and pay that money back so that it can go back to the card that it was spent on. So we will jump in then with that. And I guess the best place to start is with I have two separate orders to Google Photos because I messed up. So I'm just going to combine them. $3.17. So a total of $11.85. $11.85 I spent on Google Photos. I think I've shared that we print pictures off every so often and they go into like photo albums and such. And this $11.85 is actually for my photos and my mom's photos. We just made one order after my son made his first communion and we had a lot of pictures to order. And so she may very well pay me back for part of that, and I'll just put it back into challenges. But so that's gonna from our kids envelope, and it does need paid back to the bank. Okay, so we will do that first, and then the next thing that we have, it's $5, and this was an error on my part. So I ordered some clothes from Old Navy, and I'm ending up that I am returning them because I didn't like the way that they fit. So I actually returned a few things and ordered a separate one, which I won't pay for until I'm sure that the second order fits. But anyway, I don't know what I was doing because I guess I just wasn't paying enough attention when I checked out, because I'm a member of whatever their Old Navy account thing is. So I should have had free shipping because the order was large enough, but I wasn't paying attention, I guess, and I wasn't logged in. I checked out as a guest. So I got charged $5 for shipping. And then I returned the whole order, but when you return something, you don't get reimbursed for the shipping. So I'm just going to pull that $5 for the shipping out of clothes to cover my whoops there. And then we have $35.96. My husband and I, and we kind of do this. It seems like it's fairly spontaneously. We went out for sushi. We just had a date night. I just happened on Saturday afternoon to message my mom and see if she wanted to come over and feed the kids supper and put them to bed so that we could go out on a day night. And so we just went out and got sushi. So that will come from the eating out category. Then I spent $19.41 on Etsy. So that will come from my allowance, and it needs paid back to the bank. I'm pretty sure that was some budget stickers from Life in Envelopes, which I'm excited. I haven't gotten any from her in a while. So you'll see those when they get here. I spent $9.51. I'm absolutely, I just don't even want to talk about it. So my middle kiddo has glasses, legitimate need for glasses. Her little sister wanted glasses, and I shared that in my last check-in, that I bought her some of just the blue light, glasses or whatever off of Amazon, so that she could match, and she's been wearing them. She loves them, and it's actually helped with my kiddo who needs glasses to wear them more consistently. She doesn't have to wear them full time, but and I think that's part of the problem. So when we do try to get her to wear them, it's a fight, but she wore them most of the weekend because her sister had some, which led to my son also wanting some. And, sometimes I'm just tired. So I also ordered him a pair of blue light glasses on Amazon that are coming this week so that he can feel whatever, and have glasses like his sisters. So then we spent $26.96. It's on some interior cleaner for a vehicle as well as an oil filter for a vehicle. So I'm just going to put cleaner and filter. That's going to come from vehicles, and it does need paid back to the bank. Then okay, so let's do this first. $25 is, so that's from Venmo. So it's going to come from our gifts category. I got an email from somebody who's like, I don't want to say it's a PTA because that's not what it's called, but somebody that I know personally anyway sent an email out to parents at my son's school, and they are gathering some things together to do for gifts and other things for Teacher Appreciation Week coming up in May. So I Venmoed $25 to her to donate for that. So that's going to come out of my gifts envelope. I picked 25 because I had like $27 in that envelope. So I was like, okay, I'll give 25 at this point in time. And then if I end up having more later, then we can add to that. So then we had 1148, which it was ice cream. So it's going to come from our eating out envelope, and it needs paid back to the bank. A few nights a week, we go and each get a pint of ice cream. That's how much it is, $11.48. I have found a Quick Star brand, like flavor of ice cream that I really like. But my husband, the like Quick Star brand knockoff of his Ben & Jerry's flavor is not to his liking. So he gets a Ben & Jerry's pint, which is, they're expensive. They're like $7 something. And then mine's like $3 or $4. Anyway, so we do that couple times a week, more than we should for sure. But anyway, that's ice cream coming out of our eating out envelope. We spent $12 on a car wash, and I had taken my car wash money out. I had taken my car wash money out for this paycheck because I was kind of going bare bones. I'm like, I don't need to wash my Suburban. But not a whole bunch of things. My aunt had a vehicle for sale that was what we thought was a good deal. It was something that we're able to pay cash for. It's something that is a little bit of an upgrade from my husband's van. His van was quite old, and it's not quite old, but we've managed to run it. It's over 200,000 miles, which isn't a huge deal, but it's definitely on the radar of like, okay, we know that it's getting to the, we wanted to drive it till it entirely died, but it was one of those things that it just worked out. And because we knew the person selling the vehicle and we were okay with the cost of it and some different things. So anyway, yesterday we bought a different vehicle. And so we cleaned out my husband's van quite well on the inside. And then he went to town and ran it through the automatic car wash because then he listed that for sale. So maybe vehicles, maybe garage, because I know I need to really not spend too much out of the vehicles envelope. So I might play with that a little bit since those are both out of vehicles, because I do think I want to take some of the money that's in vehicles and make sure that I'm adding that to the online sinking fund that I have, because we have to put tires on my Suburban before we go. We're going to have to, now that we don't have our van, he got another SUV, and so it works well for our 3 kids, but just because of it's a smaller SUV, there is not the level of storage that or cargo space that there would be in the van. So when we go to our wedding and the traveling that we have to do over the summer, we will have to take my Suburban. And my husband said that if we are taking it all the way to St. Louis and then down to Arkansas to see his parents, it needs tires before that. So it will need tires in June. So anyway, I want to make sure that I'm buffing. That was totally a tangent. Sorry about that. And then we have a Target purchase. So this is broken down into different categories. And I broke this down. So how am I going to do that? So the total was $81.54, and I had it all broken down, but $42.80 of it is getting returned. My husband picked up some things he wanted to try for himself, and they do, clothes for himself, and they do not work. So they will be getting returned. So that is actually $38.74 is actually the total of all the different anyway, the total of the Target purchase that will need paid back to the bank. So as that's broken down, $11.42 is going to come from the home category. I'm trying to think what it was. I know it was shampoo, but I think there was something else that was also broken down in the home category, and I just wrote the amounts. I didn't write the, I mean, it doesn't matter. Oh, and I also got some, like, facial exfoliating, like, scrub. That's what it would have been. Okay, so that's what made $11.42 out of the home category. $11.76 came from my allowance. I think I got one of the like battery operated like scrubbing brushes for my face to like clean my face, which I probably would have taken out of beauty typically, but I didn't budget for beauty because of the because we're going kind of bare bones. So I just comes out of my allowance. $42.80 would have been clothes, but I'm just going to just subtracted that from the total because that will get returned. $8.56 is kids. I don't even want to. My daughters are spoiled. So I mean, it all needs paid back to the bank, so I'm not even going to. Okay. My daughter has these red high heels that I bought her for her birthday. They were supposed to be dress-up shoes. She actually wore them outside, so now she can't wear them for dress-up shoes inside. But she asked my husband for red lipstick to go with her red heels, and so he found her some, like, reasonable, like, lip balm or whatever that's tinted, might actually look red on her lips. He bought it for her at Target, and then they're going to come up with an agreement about, like, he has to put it on and where it has to be because she's the one that, like, I'll find markers in her bed and she will have colored on pillows and she's not supposed to have markers in her bed. Anyway, so I was like, you need to work out with her what that looks like. All right. $4.49 is creamer and is coming from the grocery envelope. And then $2.50. This is where I always kind of give my husband crap because this is something that if it would have been me, and so he picked up like a Coke or something, a bottle of pop, soda, whatever you call it where you're at. So I would have, if it were me and I don't really drink soda, but if I had wanted that, I would have charged that out of my allowance. Like I would have figured that from there. I'm a little bit nicer to him than I am to myself, but for different reasons. So I mean, I give him his allowance in cash, and I don't have any cash here in any envelope to cover that for, an expense. It should come from his allowance. That is a him thing that he wanted for him. But I'm going to pull it out of eating out because I don't monitor his allowance like that. And I actually didn't know that he purchased it until we got back out to the truck and we're leaving. He must have picked it up because we were going to go through the checkout, and I used the restroom while he went through the checkout because he went through the checkout with the person and wouldn't go through the self-checkout, which is what I would have done. But anyway, so I didn't even know that he got that until we got outside. Otherwise, we would have had a conversation about, like, that's not a need, right? That doesn't come from our home category. That isn't for a kid. That isn't for, it isn't necessarily food for something that would be for groceries. So, like, what's your plan? But anyway, so I'm just going to take that out of eating out. And I think that is all of the spending, as if that's not enough, because it totally is. So, well, I guess I'll do the math afterwards in case I round something differently than I plan to. So I guess first, what all is from my allowance? $19.41 and $11.76. So that's $31.17. That is from my allowance. I have a bunch of ones in there. We're not going to do that first. Let's first go to eating out. So in eating out, we have 36 and 12 and $2.50. Which is 51. So when rounded up. So 20, 40, 50, 1. 51 out of eating out. So eating out, and eating out. Alrighty. Then so now we can go into my allowance. And what did I say? It was 31.17 was the total. So 32. So I'm going to put in 42 and take the 10 back. So in my allowance, I have 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 38 left. And 42 went in there. Okay, so that was allowance and allowance. Groceries is, all right, $5. So groceries was $4.49. I'm putting a 5 in, $5 for that. And I think that's all that would be here in the variable envelopes. So now let's pull out our sinking fund envelope here. Envelopes, our binder. Okay, so home has 12. So let's put in 10 and 5, which is 15. And we'll take all 3 of these ones back for change. So that is done. Then let's hop in, as long as we're right here, to gifts. 10, 25. $25 for gifts. Let's go into clothes, which is way in the back. Do I have a 5? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for clothes. So kids was $9 plus $10 plus $12 for pictures, which is 31, 20, 31. Oh, I'm not doing a very good job of keeping all this in the frame here. 20, 31. Okay, so that covers the kid expenses. Kids, and kids. So now it's just the vehicles. So let me look in here and see what I have for vehicles. Oh, shoot. All right, so what do we have in garage? We don't get much in garage. So let's see. Where are we at? 27 plus 12. Which is what? 39. So we have 8, 28. I'll take that out of garage. I'll take these other 2 out of gifts. So that's 30, 25, 28, 30. I really sort of wanted to use both of these 50s to, like I wanted to take $100 and put it in the vehicle fund that I have online so that it's for, towards tires, but 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So I need $9. We'll take the spare $3 out of tattoos. I'm kind of just, I don't know. Because I would like to keep both of those 50s for vehicles. So 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 33. So let's go into home, and I need what, 6? Let's take 6 from home. So all the way around, we're gonna get to that 39 without breaking my 50s in the vehicle envelope. So 25, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is 39 to cover the vehicle expense. And then actually I'm going to take these 250s that are in vehicles and I'm going to put those in the bank and I'm going to put them in the high yield where I have the vehicle sinking fund. So it's not here in an envelope getting used for things like this randomly, which means, I'll just obviously need to keep saving for that. But that is where that 100 is going to go. Actually, I'm not going to put it in the bank right now. I'm going to keep it in the envelope, second thought. But, all right. So that actually covers all the expenses here that we talked about today. So I'm going to do a quick count here of how we actually rounded it so that we can count and make sure we have the right amount. So we rounded that up. That's 12 plus 5 plus we rounded that up 36. We just rounded allowance to 32. Okay, wait. 12 plus 5 plus 20 plus 10 plus 27 plus 25 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 9 plus 5 plus 3. 164 is what we should have for our first check-in today. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 120, 130, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90. 190. What did I mess up? Let's try this again. All right, so my Google Photos was 12. Old Navy clothes was 5. 36 for eating out. 20 for my spending. 10 for the glasses. 27 for vehicles. 25 for teachers' vehicles. 12, 12, 12, 12, 9, 5, 3. So it should be 200. I don't know what I didn't count. If I just typed something in wrong, or maybe I just didn't count the eating out. Okay, so 200, which I'm pretty sure is what we counted. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 200. Perfect. So that is the right amount of cash that we have today. I do actually have to go through, normally it's all credit card spending, but like the teacher's gifts, the Venmo, that came out of my bank account. So now I have to separate what goes in towards, and stays in my checking account, and then what needs to go into my credit card. So I know that the Venmo money stays in my checking, and I'm pretty sure he used just the debit card to get a car wash. So 37 needs to stay in my checking account, 37, and there's no rounding with that. Those were like even numbers. 37 in checking, and 163 was for the stuff on the cards. Or on the credit card. All right, so that is my check-in. I will go ahead and I just put this money in my back to bank envelope. Typically early in the pay period, I will take it and actually put it back in the bank, just so that there's, my account isn't dwindling. Like, I have a buffer, but I just also like to be on top of that. But also, And then as it gets closer toward the end of the pay period, then I will actually just keep the cash and then just, you know, use that cash going into the next pay period for challenges and stuffing. And rather than putting it back in putting it in, you know, Thursday and then pulling it back out, you know, Friday when we get paid. So anyway, that is what I have for this check-in. Thank you guys all so much for being here. This is a long one. Thanks for sticking with me. Until next time, guys.